everybody, welcome to Natty's Home Cooking, and today we are going to make some stuffed chicken rolls with melted butter sauce. So right now we're starting off with some really nice warm 3 cups of water, and then we're going to be adding our active yeast, which is going to be 2.5 tablespoons of active yeast. Okay guys, so now that we got the yeast in there, let's just go ahead and mix it up really good with the warm water so that it can start activating and growing while it's sitting. And we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes in that water, okay? All right, so now that we got our yeast to finally grow after sitting for 5 minutes, and if it still hasn't grown, just make sure let's let it sit a little bit longer. I know when it's humid, it seems to grow a lot faster, but just give it some time and maybe keep it in a nice warm area while it's trying to sit there and grow. I'm also going to be adding in some oil, which is going to be 6 tablespoons of oil. And then we're going to be adding in the sugar, which is 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. And then we're going to be adding in 4 teaspoons of sea salt. Okay, guys, now we're going to be adding in 7 cups of flour. So once we get all the 7 cups of flour in, we will be mixing this up really, really well. Okay, guys, I'm going to be adding a little bit more flour to mine just because it was still a little too sticky. So you don't want to add too much, but you don't want it too sticky either. So you want it kind of the right consistency. So just um, get it to where you are comfortable with the dough, not being too sticky, but not too stiff either, if that makes sense. So, all right. All right, let's let our dough set for 20 minutes and then we'll come back here and start doing the fold, okay? The stretch and fold. So I'll see you back here in a little bit. All right, guys, you can see that it's grown a lot more. So now we are going to be doing the sets of stretch and fold. You want to do these sets every let your dough set after you do these stretches for like 20 minutes and then come back and do it again. And you want to do at least 4 sets of these, okay? So this is going to be our first set, and then we're going to just stretch and fold and stretch and fold until we go to our next set. Okay, guys, I was just going to give you a little advice when you're doing your stretch and folds. If your dough is still sticky, it's okay to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of flour on the dough and grabbing it and doing the stretch and folds that way. Um, and, until it's not as sticky anymore and you're able to actually pull the dough up and fold it. Um, you can also use water on your hands. So if you want to get a little bowl and you want to dip your hands into the water, you can definitely do that and pull up the dough. It's good that way as well. So either way that you want to do it is fine. Just don't put too much flour into that dough because then you can make this dough not work. It'll be stiff, and too much of that flour can weigh it down. So that's not what we want. So just keep working with the dough, keep doing the stretch and fold, and we'll come back and we'll get started again with our next set of stretch and fold. And next time I'm going to probably end up using a little bit of water on my hands and doing it that way. Okay? I'll see you back here in 20 minutes. All right, guys, now that we are back after 20 minutes, you can see how well the dough has gotten. I mean, it's gotten really huge. So we're going to do some more stretch and fold and just keep working with the dough, and it's feeling so much better. Now I'm able to really kind of work with this dough more. So just keep working with the dough, keep doing the stretch and fold. And I usually do about maybe 10 of these stretch and folds when I'm doing them. So, all right, guys, we are back after the 20 minutes. We are going to do another set of stretch and fold. I have just got done wetting my hands so that I can get a better grip of this dough and stretch it better. I am going to take it out of the bowl here in a little bit and sprinkle a little bit of flour and to work with the dough on the counter. So, because it is still a little sticky, but it's okay. It's going to grow really good. It's very bubbly, um, as you can tell, and it's very fluffy type dough. So I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of flour on the counter. All right, guys, so I'm gonna let that dough rise for a little while, double in size. In the meantime, while I'm letting that sit, I am going to get started on my chicken, shredding the chicken, because this is what you're gonna need in the bread once you get it going. So I'm gonna first drain out the broth from the chicken and then get started on shredding. All right, guys, so now that I got my chicken shredded up, I'm going to saute some onions, chopped up onions, and because this is going to be going into our chicken recipe, we're also going to be adding in some pepper, garlic powder, and some sea salt. And then we'll just saute these up really good, and then we'll add in our shredded chicken that we just got done doing. All right, guys, so now we are going to be adding in our shredded chicken, and then we're going to mix this up really, really well with those sauteed onions. All right, guys, so now we're going to add in some cream of chicken soup and mix that up really, really well with that. I am going to add a little bit of half a can of milk to that so that it can mix up better with the chicken. And then we're also going to add in some shredded cheese as well on top of this so that it's kind of like a cheesy flavor. So, but just make sure you add a little bit of that milk to that mixture, okay? All right, and then once you get all that cheese in there, go ahead and mix it again really, really well. Okay, so now that we're done with the chicken, look at this, you guys. Look at the dough. Oh my gosh. This was just sitting for an hour, and I was like, okay, it can't go for another 30 minutes. So we have to really start working with this dough. This is a very active dough. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with, my son does not like these chicken. He doesn't care for chicken too much, so I do the corn dogs for him. I make corn dogs out of this dough. So I'm going to start with that first. I'm going to just take a little pinch off for the corn dogs that I'm going to make here. And then we'll start on the stuffed chicken. He is missing out on these stuffed chicken rolls. These are the best, and he won't eat chicken that much. I think I burned him out on chicken because I love chicken. I'd rather eat chicken over anything. Plus, it's easier for me to digest because of I have some stomach issues, so I can't really eat like the red meats too much. So anyway, so I'm gonna get this hot dog on here, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of shredded cheese to the hot dog so that I can um, roll it up because that's how he likes it. And he likes to either dip it in ranch or ketchup or even barbecue sauce when we get done with these. But these are pretty easy to do. All right, guys, now it is time for the stuffed chicken rolls. So these rolls here are my husband and my oldest son's favorite um, because they're stuffed with the chicken recipe that I have. And plus, whenever you get done, you get to drizzle it with the melted butter sauce that I make from homemade scratch. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that butter sauce in another video. So it will be linked into the video description for these stuffed chicken rolls. These are so easy to make. They really are. It's just a little time consuming, but in the end, the reward of these is amazing. It's so good. You'll have um, people over. If you guys have people over or family over, these are great for like little snacks. I know for like the Super Bowl, these are good snack foods, like finger foods. People love them. They're really, really good. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of this video, and in the end, I will talk to you here in a little bit. Okay? All right, enjoy. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I was going to show you what it looks like inside and the butter sauce that is drizzled over the rolls. Okay, this is what it looks like inside of the rolls. You can even add cheese or spinach and it would still even taste even good. Um, but yeah, these are so amazing. All right, and here is the butter sauce. Look at that. Wow. All right, guys, thanks again for watching my video. Have a wonderful night.